Okay, it says we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It's Friday, and it's a beautiful day here in Western New York. Finally, blue skies, 63, 65, depending on where you are. It was the perfect day for a party.
Absolutely.
So, thank you, everybody, for joining Marina and I this afternoon, taking time out of your schedule to hang with us for a bit. Um, Marina, thank you for coming.
Well, you're more than welcome. I
I
enjoyed
everyone knows
it.
I enjoy Marina.
Oh,
She's been so very supportive of me um over the last year or so, and I enjoy
it's
having Marina on when we can, put our schedules
yes,
together. So,
yes.
oh look, we got lots of people coming in.
Perfect.
So, um, first one here is I don't know who let this one in, but she's here. What you gonna do?
Oh, Lord Almighty. There
Well,
goes the
carnival
show.
horse.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for commenting. No,
Yeah,
but no,
we
yes.
tried.
Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure, Marina, to have you on. And this is
Yes.
our show is going to be we're going to be discussing and talking about self reflection. I'll explain how we kind of came up with the theme for today for the themed readings. They won't be personal readings, but they're going to be based on self reflection, which I'll get to in a momento. And so I went ahead and put this in here for anybody coming in if they feel like sharing in chat because I've been really enjoying the conversations um, my chatters have with us readers about particular subjects that we've been talking about. So I love the discussion. So feel free to share whatever you like about self reflection, how you practice it, um, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
And I'll be happy to share with everyone. So Kaylee was one of the
absolutely.
first ones that shared with us. I've
Yeah.
always struggled with journaling, and I rarely feel like I have time for art anymore. But if I do have a chance, it's definitely drawing before writing. So
Yes.
sometimes just letting the thoughts go, just picking up that pencil, that crayon,
Yeah.
whatever you want to grab, and just sit there and just it's meditation. It
It
really
is.
is, and it gets you in touch with your emotions, especially intuitive drawing. Yes, Kaylee. And for people who don't know Kaylee, make sure um, my mods can go ahead too. Also, please put Marina's channel in. I think most of everybody in chat today is going to already be subscribed to Marina, but I've been getting a lot of new subscribers, Marina. So
Perfect.
everybody pops in that may not be familiar with you. If I can have some of my mods go ahead and put Marina's in. And Kaylee, your channel too. She has her own woo woo channel. It's called
Okay.
Woo Woo Wonderment. So make sure, Kaylee, you put that in there too for everybody. We have Louise Fote or Foat. I think it's Fote.
Folks,
So
yeah, I think
apologize
so.
if I don't pronounce it properly. We have Imelda. Hello, you are new
Hello,
to me.
Melda.
Nice to see you. And we have this lovely lady. We got
Yay.
Super Duper Girl in the chat.
Hello, Ivana.
Ivana joined me yesterday, and we
Yep.
had a blast talking about law of attraction
Oh,
and
good.
it was a great, again, another great conversation because people in chat
Perfect.
were getting involved with us and sharing their ideas, their feelings, their experiences. And it was great. This is what I love with my channel. And Terry, hello, sweetheart.
Hello, Terry. Thank you.
Nice
Thank
to
you.
see you. Terry holding your space. Make sure everybody who may not be familiar with her, go check out her channel as well. And thank
Yes.
you. This is a Heather original when I used to make my jewelry. So I'm wearing, you know,
Lovely.
yes. Hello, Teresa. Teresa
Lovely. Hi,
Hadarian is
Teresa.
here. Ron DeForest.
The
Hello. I
forest.
have seen
Hello,
you in
Ron.
other chats. Hello, Ron. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. It's been a while. Good to see you, my dear. And again, who are letting these people in? I
I
mean,
don't know.
come on. It's like, where
Somebody
are
wants
my
the door.
mods? Hi, Gerald
Hey,
Hustage. How you
Gerald.
doing? Good to see you. And
Absolutely.
Mary Hernandez Walker. Hello, always a pleasure to hear from you. Well, thank you. I'm moving all the new people. Cynthia. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, I'm
Nice.
seeing a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. So very, very
Perfect.
nice. And Kaylee says her channel officially launches this Sunday because it's going to be celebrating Kaylee's birthday. So make sure
Nice.
everyone remembers to wish my girl there a happy birthday. And
Nice.
oh, and Ramon is watching us from 33,000 feet above
Oh,
ground.
we have made
Ooh.
it. We have made it.
We've got Super Duper Girl flying around watching us. We've got Ramon flying around and watching us.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah. Hello,
Wonderful.
Teresa. Good to see you.
Hey,
Teresa Ford
Teresa.
is here, and Patricia. Hello, my dear. It's good
Hey,
to see you.
Patricia.
You're always popping in. So nice. Thank you. You know, everybody, Marina and I just really appreciate everybody's support. Um,
Absolutely.
there's so many channels, and I know a lot of us can't get to every single one, but any of my fellow readers in chat, you're so appreciated, and you know, I appreciate again your support when you come on my channel or invite me to yours. So and the chatter's the best ever. So you
Absolutely.
can't ask for more. What a world we live in, most definitely. Oh, and more people are popping in. We have
Yes.
Melissa. Hello. Yep,
Nice.
Friday. And Carrie. Hello, Carrie.
Okay.
Um,
Hi.
and Gerald, yep, flying lurking. And so
That's
and hello, Nalani. Good to see you, my dear Hypnicity.
yes.
And thank you. Just subscribe to so Fogo Pogo, that's
Nice.
her like basic channel, but Woo Woo Wonderment. That is her channel that she's starting to get ready for her readings. And she's a great reader. She really is. So let's all get behind Kaylee's Woo Woo Wonderment. Um, let's see.
Wonderful.
I love when you all are guests on each other's channels because I get to thank you, Imelda. And that's true.
Yes. Thank you. Absolutely.
And hello, a new person to me. Hello, Barbara Nesper. Thank you for
Hello,
joining
Barbara.
us. Oh, Marina, you're bringing all your friends. I love this.
Yes. Come on over, everybody.
And Teresa
Yes.
says, I'm seldom online in evenings, so I usually watch in the wee hours of the morning. All righty. It's 3:08 here. I know it's probably around 1 o'clock your
Yeah.
time. So,
Yeah.
um,
One,
all
1 o'clock
righty.
my time.
So I'm
Yeah.
just going to put this banner up really quick. I will do my best. My mouse died on me, so I have to do the hand
Oh,
tapping on the screen for a bit until I get a new one. But today, Marina and I are doing self reflection readings. And how this came about was I got a wonderful book from Barnes and Noble. It's called the Complete Tarot and Oracle Journal, and there are pages for you to create your own spreads. There are pages for self reflection of the readings that you do, how you interpret the cards, how the cards and the messages end up playing out energy wise in your life. That you journal in, and there's like 6 or 7 pages of just really cool spreads. And one of them
yeah.
was the self reflection. Um, and I'm going, what am I going to do with Marina on Friday? What am I going to do with this woman? And
Oh, good.
and I felt pulled to go look at my book. Let's see what we have here. And when I saw the self reflection, I was like, the sky,
That's
the clouds parted, the skies open.
yes.
So I sent the image of the spread to Marina. She loved it. And I think this year, I think a lot of us are doing reflection because for me, my word this year is about authenticity. And a lot of what we do, self care, um, self compassion, all the selves, like all the Claires,
Yes.
all the selves come together. And I think one of the main ones that they really fall under is reflection. Because when you're self reflecting, you are looking at how you treat yourself. Are you treating yourself with enough compassion? Are you treating others with compassion the best that you can? But really for self, am I taking care of myself physically, spiritually, mentally on all the levels? So I think self reflection is like a main component to, um, our daily lives, especially our spiritual as well. And I thought that would be a fabulous topic to discuss and to have a discussion with
Mhm.
everybody in chat. And we have a few more people
Absolutely.
coming in. Hello, Kay. Alrighty, let me see. Teresa, I have you. Let me just back up to make sure I didn't miss anybody else.
Yeah.
And Carrie. So, Marina, is there anything that you want to share? Because I also found a nice quote too for self reflection that I wanted to share with everybody.
You know what? I think anytime that we can spend time in self respect, in self Um, that, 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 that. my,
Words.
my
What are words?
words.
We're still coming out of Mercury retrograde. Give us a few more
Yes,
months.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anytime that we can do that self-reflection is it gives us an opportunity, or at least it gives me an opportunity to learn more about other people, but to also learn more about myself, to see how I am, um, how do I view myself through someone else's eyes, or how do they view me that may be different than what I am, and what it is there something that um, I'm saying? Yes, words hard. Thank you, Gerald. Yeah. Um, so for me, it's always like a little bit of an exciting journey,
Mm-hmm.
because I never know what I'm going to uncover. And I never know when those little opportunities are going to come up that I can say, okay, this, here's a way I could have handled this situation better. And I'm grateful for the experience. Right. So I think, yeah, we need to spend time in that self reflection. Yeah.
Most definitely. And just really quick, hypnicity, we're not, I don't know what's going on here.
Mhm.
But we're not doing current events or personal questions today. We're kind of refocusing on the self-reflection. But I think, Marina, do you have another show coming up on Friday tonight that you do that Nalani might be able to address this question for?
You know what? Yes, tonight at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'll be on with my friend Gerald, Tarot Stash, on Colleen Cool Crone
This guy.
Oracle. Yes. Yeah. Him. Uh, with Colleen and Cleo. And it's yeah, it's something that we can certainly, if you wanted to pop into the show and put that up, yeah, we can definitely see if we can take a look at it. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? Because you never know how things are related, right? Yeah.
You're welcome, my
You're
dear, and
welcome.
thanks for understanding. So, yeah, self-reflection. And it was so interesting. I was at the park today and I'm walking by the water and I'm like, reflection. I, I was like, wow, how apropos. And I was just kind of looking in and looking at the reflection, sometimes physical reflections as well. For
Yes.
me, I'm getting older. I didn't think this age was going to come as fast as it did. And so, not only are we grappling with, self reflection internally, but also physically as well. And there's a lot of factors, with the internet now and with
Yeah.
everything kind of, this image that gets put out, how people should, behave or how they should think or how they should. I mean, it gets really stressful. And that's why I think even children should be not considered, should be taught, self-reflection, meditation, because
Yes.
when I think we get really in touch with who we are, and how we feel and our emotions, um, that's what really builds character and helps us to be, a better version of ourselves, especially, for,
Yes.
you know and we all have bad days,
Of
you know
course. Yeah. Of
and
course.
we're human,
Yeah.
and so but I think the self reflect now, Marina, when you do self reflection, do you like listen to music? Do you go and write? What do you typically do when you want to start? Like, okay, I need to do some self reflection right now, some self care.
Okay, my big thing is and especially in the spring, summer, and fall. Not so much in the winter time because I've taken a few tumbles, but I love to take the dog to the dog park.
Mm,
She loves it. She gets to play with her friends and so on. And I am at the dog park. It's in the middle of the city, but you'd never know it because it's surrounded by trees. There's a river that goes through it. Um, there's so much nature. There's flowers and all kinds of different bushes and birds. And so to me, it's like a little sanctuary, right? I get to spend
mm-hmm.
time with
Yeah.
the energy. of the dogs, which is a lovely energy because they are just, they're very accepting. What you see is what you get, right? Yeah, dogs are not above bullshit. So, if they like you, they'll tell you. If they don't like you, they'll let you know right away. And that's it. So, yeah, it's nice for me to go to the park. I can walk at a pace that is comfortable for me. The dog is having absolute fun and merriment with all her friends. And just in nature, it just gives me time to contemplate, right? I don't have to be anywhere. I'm not on a time limit. It's not, the ride is over in 10 minutes, all that. And if I can't get outside, then you know what? It's an adult coloring book.
There you go.
Adult coloring book, the
Yep.
colored Sharpies. There's, I have 100 of them, if not more.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, because you've got to have
I
one
know
in
what to
every
do with.
shade.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just
Uh,
color, focus on that, and just let my thoughts go wherever they want.
nice. Jonathan says, I'm sitting here with a Boston Terrier in my lap.
Perfect.
Very nice.
Perfect.
And I agree, Teresa. When I had my puppy dogs and we lived in Arizona, we had a bark. It was called the Bark Park, and we
Yeah.
used to love to go. And even when things were rough and I was sad or depressed, I just take my puppy dog and we all talk to the owners and watch our babies play together. And yeah,
Exactly.
it's nice. And Linda H has also joined us. Hello, Linda.
Hello, Linda.
Nice to meet you. See you. And of course, Pisces TK is in here.
Hey.
Teresa's passing out all the hugs. Everyone says
Nice.
hello to each other. Back to work you go. Well, thank you,
Ah,
Cynthia, for dropping in. It was good to see you, sweetheart.
yes, absolutely.
And the one
Yeah.
quote that I came across, because I love Pinterest and everything. I mean, I got boards galore on there.
Yeah.
And this one here is from a gentleman called John Dewey. And it says, we do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience. So that's us sitting down and writing, processing, instead of saying, well,
Yes.
oh, that experience, where you actually kind of like shadow work, where you sit down,
Yeah.
okay, what am I feeling right now? What was going on? How could I have done things differently? And moving forward, I need to be mindful of this. So again, there goes that DBT skills as well, you know,
Yes.
and CBT, our thoughts create our feelings and behavior. So when we can take time to, get grounded and relax and calm down, however best
Mhm.
we can do that, nature, coloring book, you
Yeah.
know, listening
Whatever.
to music, going to the dog park, whatever it is that helps us to get to that space where everything kind of quiets down and we can just really listen to what
Yes.
the essence of our soul is saying, our higher self, having that conversation. And yeah, so it's like, okay, that was an experience and moving on, whereas you're honoring that experience and you're able
Hmm.
to reflect on that and to say, okay, how can I, be a better person next time? Or how can I not let someone step over me next time? How can I create
Yeah.
healthier boundaries? All of this just ties right in all together.
Totally.
And Teresa says, Heather, so true. Being in the moment is great, but reflection helps us too. Yes. Thank
Yes.
you, Teresa, for bringing that up. Being in the moment. I was just talking to Shan about this when we were at the park because it's like, we were talking about, well, the past a bit, and it's like, but isn't it interesting, the past always seems to be now because we're constantly creating the past, and the future, we were talking about the future, and the future is always happening, and yet here we are in the present moment. So it's
Yeah.
fascinating how past, present, and future is all in the same moment, but yet, stretched out. It's
Yeah.
mind-blowing, the ways the universe works. So but
Yeah.
yeah, being in the
Absolutely.
moment.
Absolutely. And there are, um, I think my big thing is there are things that happen that are part of our past. And some of those things, yes, we do need to examine, take a look at, come to terms with. And then when we're done,
Mhm.
we need to leave it in the past
Yeah.
so that it's not it doesn't become a burden on our present or our future, right? You can't run to the next amazing thing if you're being held back by, the matching set of Samsonite that you got behind you, right?
Mhm.
So, it's recognizing too what we can let go of, that we are, all of us are more than our worst mistake, are more than our, you know worst decision that we ever made. We're all much more than that. So that self-reflection comes in where we can identify things and say, okay, you know, this is where, in the grand scheme of things, this is where you fall. This is where you belong, kind of um, in my energetic field, right?
Mhm.
So, but
Our
yeah,
little
John.
cosmic web, that we're
Yes.
all a part of. And
Yeah.
you were just saying something, and it triggered a thought. And I'm trying to recall what that thought was. It was about the past. Oh, so when we get hard on ourselves, and this is something, and that, well, we're taught, instead of saying, well, what is wrong with you? And we were taught to
Yeah.
ask people, what happened to you? Because you never know what had happened in their life that may have made them react that way,
Yeah.
or maybe said what they did. And I think with self reflection, we can turn that on ourselves and use that also as a skill. Saying, okay, when we say, oh, like Heather, what the hell's the matter with you? And it's just like, okay, remember what happened to you. And so I think a lot of this is both, again, a give and take, making sure that what we're willing to support and do for others, that we find that we make sure that we do for ourselves as well. So, and
Yes.
Ron said we were created
Yeah.
specifically to experience a moment at a time. Living out lives all at once wouldn't help us learn our lessons in this form. There you go.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
Exactly.
there was something Ron also shared earlier.
Yeah.
So Ron says, "How does this work? What are the rules? I'm really interested in this. I'm not sure if you mean the self reflection, but what we're doing today, Marina and I, with readings, we just have I came across a spread that offered questions that helped us kind of focus on self reflection. And we're just going to be doing a theme reading in a few minutes with that. So please let
Yeah.
me know if you would like one, and I can put you on the list. So thank you again, Ron, for sharing. And when we were talking about physical as well, I
Yeah.
usually want to weep when I see myself in the mirror. And you know what? I do too. I'll see a picture. Sometimes I'll see a mirror, and I'm like, oh my God, where's the girl I used to be? you know, and it's hard for us. It's a struggle, when it comes to our mortality and how we look.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and let's see, um,
Yeah.
I was starting another comment as well, and I think it was Amelda had said, I caught myself gasping when I catch a physical reflection of myself. So again, another form of reflection, and coming together, journaling, writing down. And when you say journaling, it's not like writing a book, you
Yeah.
know.
No.
It's like, even if it's just a couple words a day, just
Yeah.
whatever word comes, you could be sitting there looking at paper, and if the word, you know, remember that time, remember that. Don't think about it. Don't like just write it down. Or if you think of a
Yeah.
certain word, cookie, or something, because later on you might go back and go, the feelings were, I remember this from a child, or you know what I mean. It just
Yes.
let stuff flow, and sometimes after a while, certain more and a couple more words will come out, and then you'll notice that you're having that conversation with yourself. And then you can ask your angels, you can ask your guides, your higher self, whoever is part of your spiritual team, your ancestors. I've been keeping my grandma up over me
Hmm.
now, because I just really feel her presence a lot more these days. So when we get in touch with whoever we feel safe with, like safe here in chat, safe with
Yeah.
Marina, safe with myself, Terry Renner in the morning, her beautiful meditations,
Yes.
feeling safe in these channels where we can openly share what we feel and be able to experience that without, without judgment. You would love
Absolutely.
one. Okay, let me just go ahead. Sonia, I have you. And now we are at 327 and I have 5 starred. So I'm going to actually. Oh, hello, Miss Tarot D.
Yeah,
Thank you for popping in, my dear. Good to see you.
absolutely.
Um,
And you
Alrighty.
know, I will do a little bit of shameless self promotion because
Go
it
for
does
it.
kind of go along with what you were just saying. Is that I do have a course that's restarting again on May the 1st, and it's called Achieving Union. It is a
Ooh.
30-day course, um, but 30 days. Don't let that scare you. I say that all the time. Don't let it scare you because it's very much self-directed, and the whole purpose of the course is every day there is a short 5, maybe 10-minute video, and then there's some exercises that you can do to strengthen your communication with spirit so that you can recognize when spirit is talking to you versus background noise and ego and everything else. So journaling is one of the things that you can do, and that is often one of the exercises is just write it down. Don't attach anything to it. Just write it down, because ultimately this is your journal is something that you keep for yourself. You're not publishing this. So it doesn't need to make sense to anyone else except you. So anyway, if anyone is interested in the course, there's still
Mhm.
some spots available. So just go over to yes, Ron is taking the class. Thank you,
Mhm.
Ron. Yeah. Um, yeah, go over to my YouTube page under the community tab. Yeah, you'll see there's information on there, and I think it's you know what I think it's really really reasonable. Members are $30, and non-members are $50. And it sounds like, oh my God, $50. You're getting 30 days.
Days.
Okay,
Mhm. And a
so
lot of other places you go, you could be paying $200-300 or more just for one
exactly.
day or something like that. So.
Yeah, so this is, yeah, 30 days. We gather every Saturday, as a group, talk about how far you've come, what you've learned, answer questions so that everyone can learn from everyone else. So there you go. That's me, and apparently the people who have taken the class really like it. So
And if you have taken the class, please, is there a place where they can put reviews for you on your
you know what,
website or even in chat on your community tab? If you have taken these
yes,
classes with Marina or anyone's in the past and you really enjoy them,
yes,
please go ahead and,
yeah,
comment, help
yeah,
build up
exactly,
her rep,
because yeah,
you know.
yeah, there are people out there who yeah, who are interested, but it's the 30 days that scares them. Like,
Commitment.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's 30 days. Yeah, but it's self-directed. There isn't anyone that is over top of you saying, oh, well, if you didn't finish the exercise for, lesson
Hmm.
number 1, you cannot progress.
We all have different schedules too, and families.
Exactly.
And so if you have to like
Exactly.
whittle out time here and a little bit there, and it takes you
Yeah.
60 days, I think that the things are still there where they can go and,
Yes.
work at their pace.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the at the end of the course, if you wanted to go back and review some things, you have the ability to do that. So it's not like at the end of the 30 days, you can never go back to lesson number 12, right? You can't. So anyway, that's
That's awesome.
yeah,
Everyone, check that out if you're interested. And again, if you have taken one of that class or any
yes,
others, please help Marina out on her community tab and let people know that you highly recommend, that class. And let's
yeah,
help, get that get her established. And Cynthia said, I create art in the gardens. My mom could do that. And
yeah,
on the land, I plant trees, shrubs, flowers. Yep. I create an earthly masterpiece. Oh my God, Cynthia,
beautiful.
I would love to see a picture of something like that. That
Yeah,
sounds beautiful. And one more. comment that I want to get to before we pull cards is Jonathan Daly. I learned that when we think of a memory, we're not actually remembering the past. We're just remembering the last time we accessed the memory. And it's like the telephone game, the memory does change. Depending that, yeah, it can stay the same,
Absolutely.
but sometimes it can change as well. And let me just see if I can. There we go. Making sure I didn't miss. Right now the questions are closed. Let's see. Okay, Ron Sharon. It was the exercises that scared me. Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
sometimes it's hard for us to sit there and, sit there in our own emotions, kind of like stewing in our own, but just think of the beautiful crock pot of flavor we're going to be.
yeah.
I know it sounds funny, but it just, sometimes when
No,
we
it,
sit,
yeah.
we end up, my apologize. I live on a main drag in our town, and yeah, sorry. I hope that didn't scare everybody.
Nope.
Yes, and it's great access that I took. There was also a
Yeah,
class I took through another website, and once you pay for it, you can go back and revisit. You can work at your own
yeah,
pace, and that's what a lot of people need nowadays. With now that everyone's kind of going back to work or readjusting their life after shutdown, you know.
exactly. Exactly.
And Imelda says, memory is an interesting topic. I can remember from a little before age 2, and my mom is astounded. My youngest sister can't remember anything before age 13. Yeah, we're all different.
Mhm. Yep.
So really quick. So Sonia, we're not doing personal questions. We are doing, you did put me in there. What we're doing is not energetic, self-reflection. I just had to go ahead and put the questions are closed because Marina and I already have 6 starred. Sharon, I added you. I don't know if we'll be able to get to you, sweetheart, but I did put you on the list. I have Teresa Ford, KK, I have Kari, I have Kaylee Fogo Pogo, I have Ron, I have Sonia, and then if time we have Sharon. So thank you, everybody. So all righty. Shall we get started, my dear? Was there anything else you wanted to share with your channel or anything before we proceed? Are you all
No,
caught up?
that was pretty much it. That one
Yeah.
was the
Okay.
the big
The
one.
spiel.
And
All righty.
okay. See, I had to make myself a little cheat sheet about, how the card layout and whatnot. So I'm going to put that in front of me so that both of us are using the same spread. Oops. Come on
That's
now.
it's okay, Keely. We'll see how far we get. So I just want to respond to Keely. All righty. So Teresa Ford, self-reflection. All righty.
Oh,
Looking at what cards being drawn
oh,
to.
all right. Tarot Grand Deluxe wants to come out and play.
Ooh, Tremarchetti.
Yeah. Love him. Love
I have
him.
I have the Mystic Palette Tarot
Ah,
with the signed autograph on. It's
yes.
real, and I found out that the mass market deck has a couple different pieces of art, different images. So very interesting.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
thank you, Imelda. That's very good. He
Aw.
says I have nice handwriting. You know, I I enjoy writing. Putting pen to paper is it's fun for me, right? It has to be creative and whatnot. When I'm journaling, I use a fountain pen. Hello. Talk about needing to
And some
have,
of the old fashioned how people used to like. I mean, I can hardly read some of it, but it was still beautiful.
yes.
The type
Yeah.
of handwriting people used to do.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Ron just booked the class, but he told me beforehand that he was taking it. He was just waiting for the end of the month. So yes.
Very cool.
Wonderful. Okay. So Teresa Ford.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, Marina, are you doing all 7 or are you like combining a couple?
Um,
Just out of curiosity. Because this spread people has 7 cards. That's why we have to keep to a certain amount of number or
yeah,
we'll be here all night. And Marina
yeah.
has another show, and so do I there this evening. So, um, hello, Sylvia, Colorful Foresight. Welcome, sweetheart.
Nice, nice.
I'm going to put you in the
Okay.
big seat because I think you are going to be ready before me.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh. um, you know what? I think maybe I will put out all 7, but then I can kind of take a look and see what's there. And if some of the messages um are the same, then can say, okay, never mind. This is all that is going on. Okay. So for Teresa, your current situation, it feels like um, one of conflict, one of having to stand your ground, or having to deal with people who are kind of a little unreasonable. They're not exactly um, they're not exactly acting in their best interest. So that is kind of the challenge um, for you. So your I think the fear around that self-reflection is that you kind of fear like you might come up lacking something. And it feels like um, the need to have to make a decision. And what you really, really want out of this is you're afraid that if you make the wrong decision, someone's going to leave. And maybe, just maybe, the decision should be to let them go. Okay. Because you're number 5. How do you overcome your fears? You you do a little bit of introspection. You think about it. You realize that you are worth every um, how do you achieve the wishes and dreams? Understand that you have all the tools that you need. You are the keeper of all that is um, important to you. You can absolutely do that. And how do you ease your insecurities? You realize that you are the Queen of Swords. You deal with it truthfully. You say, that's it. That's it. This is how things are going to go. And I'm not going to be living in that fear. Um, you're just going to go forward as the warrior queen that you are. That's what I got.
beautiful. We like warrior queens and
Absolutely.
kings. So I'm just going to take. So Teresa, I'm using my I combine my Rose Oracle and Rebecca's Healing Waters and put them together, and I create a whole deck from those 2 decks, and I call it my Rose Water. So I'm using my Rose Water for this. So card number 1, your current situation or feeling, Teresa. I got morning dew, clarity, a fresh start, and a positive outlook. Um, Looking at life, like, okay, I'm waking up this morning, things are clear. This is what I want to do. I'm going to be positive about it. I need a really fresh start. Some of your fears around whatever this this new project or even this new outlook, because sometimes having a positive outlook nowadays with the way the world is, that kind of smothers any kind of feelings of wanting to be happy or finding joy or feeling safe or secure. I did get the wishing well. So how this would be a fear, the word that stands out to me is your wishes not being met. But the card wants you to know, expect unexpected gifts from people. Don't be afraid to accept help from people. Be open to any sort of possibilities from the universe. I also got karmic jewels. So this may be a time to, during the self reflection, to start noticing, okay, acknowledging that, okay, I have karma that I'm working through, and this karma is a jewel. This teaches me, this gives me guidance, this gives me clarity in moving forward. For your wishes around it, I got the rainbow. Again, new beginnings, a new way forward, and relief. You just want to be relieved. You want all this energy, this heaviness off you. So you're reflecting, how can I do this? Or just, and by doing that self reflection, you're imagining it. You're just going to let it flow right through you, come through spirit, let the guides come through that energy, go through your body, your chakras, and just, just work that negative energy out. So I got to make sure I'm on the right number here. One, two, three, four. So insecurities, it's never too late. So if you ever feel insecure and say, "Oh, it's too late," I really can't do that. New possibilities. How is that going to work? You got to get out of that stinking thinking, like my friend Kathy says. Just know that there's always a
Yeah.
second chance. There's always a third chance. We just pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, we move forward, and just know it's never too late. How to achieve your wishes and wants. I love this lineage of the rose. So here is these, for this, the soul called the gathering. So how to achieve? You call on those from your ancestors, from your spiritual, the ascended masters, the women, because a lot of times you don't get to hear enough about feminine ascended masters or deities or goddesses,
Hmm.
but there are oh my god, there's so many of them, including our ancestors that we can tap into. And I love that beautiful pull because it's like they're all sitting around it, they're all reflecting, they're all getting in touch with their intuition, their divine energy, their divine being. And the solution to ease your insecurities, just say yes, be open. And again, the mystic rose, devotion. Just devote yourself, have compassion for yourself, have compassion for others. So when you sit in those moments of reflection, bring that energy in and work from there. And I hope that resonated with you. So let me get caught up. Did I miss anything on chat? Um, hey,
Sherry
Sherry.
Jeannie. Yeah.
Sherry is here, and so is Gypsy JJ. Hello, Marina. That is a lovely deck you're working with. It's a Marchetti.
Yes. Tarot Grand Deluxe. I really, really love a lot of his work. It's just
Mm-hmm.
the imagery is just
Oh my
stunning.
god. And the Mystic Palette, the Mutatone. Oh my god, I just love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And Teresa says, beautiful. Thank you, ladies. You are welcome, my dear. And yes,
Absolutely.
Jonathan. So often the female ascended masters are only mentioned as paired with a male ascended master. So
Yes.
that's why I like doing my divine feminine, which I would love to, Marina, for you to join Nancy and I, where we discuss and share messages about the divine feminine. So,
Absolutely.
and men are welcome to join us too. It's focusing on getting that balance back, that nurturing, compassionate strength of and the fierceness. People think
Yes.
the feminine is receptive, we're meek, and we're wishy-washy, we're emotional. Hell, we got some fire in our bellies, let me tell you about that. So
I am woman, hear me roar.
exactly. And hello, Dina. Not sure if I just said hello, so thank you for being here. And already, Kari, are you? Yep, she's right there. So Kari is up next. And let's see.
Alrighty.
I'm going to go to a different deck. Kari.
Wonderful. Okay. So what, excuse me, what I got for you,
Oh, you're all
Kari.
set already. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I
Gotcha. I
saw
do the
who was
same thing.
coming up next, and I thought, well, I could just sit here or I could shuffle the cards and pick them, because you know what? The right card always comes up for the right person. It doesn't matter yeah, when you're pulling it. But Carrie, um, you, your self-reflection is about um, kind of almost almost second guessing a decision that you have made, and you need to stop that, because you did do the right thing. I start off with the Chariot. That is the current situation, is kind of like, okay, well, didn't I, yes, no, what it's like a flux, you're kind of stuck in there. What I get, your fear around it is the Nine of Cups. Your fear is that you missed an opportunity, that had you done this and this and this would have happened, and you feel like you would have been further ahead. um, that's really not the case, because uh, I get the Five of Swords. No, no, no. You're The decision that you made at the time was the right decision, because it impacted on your wishes around it, were that you wanted um, you wanted change. You didn't want things to continue the way that they were, and that's exactly what happened. Is you took steps in the right direction, and things are changing. So now, when you're kind of looking back, you're um, one of the ways to sort of overcome your fear is you want to go back and revisit that situation, and that tell yourself little lies, that it wasn't really as bad as it was. It wasn't really this, it was something else. Don't do that, because that is a quick way for you to get yourself all wound up with the Eight of Wands, the stuff coming in really, really fast. You can spiral down very quickly. So when you feel yourself getting into that, um, like Heather said, that stinking thinking, get yourself out. Say, nope, 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 nope. That was then. This is now. I made the right decision. I'm doing exactly what I need to do. And I get the solution to ease your insecurities is judgment. Okay. Release the judgment that you have around yourself, thinking that you have somehow made a mistake. You haven't. That's what I get. Ah,
That's awesome. And I also got the
yes.
judgment card in my mix too. So very interesting.
Yes.
All righty. Thank you, Marina.
You're
Thank you.
very
Thank you.
welcome.
So Carrie, your current situation or feeling, you are King of Pentacles. You are you're, how do I say this? You're well grounded in wealth, stability, security. You've done well for yourself. You're making good money. You're in a place where people come to see you as kind of like an advisor, a teacher, because the Pentacles isn't always about money, but it's also about our education as well, our talents, our abilities, the physical tangibles that we have, and you feel very happy. You feel at the moment safe and secure, um, and just kind of on top of it. This is like your throne. You're sitting there. Yes, I'm not going to, but that's where the energy is. You are the king of your roost, so to speak. And you feel, very secure in it. I did get to the Six of Wands. So your fears around it is the Six of Wands. And so I wanted to go ahead and see the next card that was for fears, which is, let's see, one, two, three, four, five. And so I want to pair them together. And the Six of Wands, and they say, well, how can that be a fear around it? I don't know if this is a success that you are working towards and your fear is that you won't achieve it or that you won't be able to hold on to it. But this fear of victory, almost kind of like sometimes we even self-sabotage ourselves because we think, oh, I don't deserve it, or I don't think I can do it, or and we do things to kind of, you know we kind of take ourselves off our own path. So during this self-reflection, making sure that you're not self-sabotaging yourself, and if you're feeling any fears of like what a success would be, Try to kind of work around those feelings and find out what it is. And then when I pulled the card to help overcome these fears, I did get justice. So I don't know if there might have been some sort of injustice done to you, or this could just be very well, again, trying to balance that stinking thinking, trying to balance, you know, do I listen to what I feel intuitively? Do I listen to my head? Do I? So for me, it's all about that sense of balance coming through, making sure that, you know, right is done by you, for yourself and for others. So your wishes, and wants around it. I got the Nine of Pentacles. You want to maintain it. This is someone in their beautiful garden. They have a peacock. They're very proud of what they have achieved. And this card with this peacock usually is like proud as a peacock, which means kind of egotistical, but it's not for you. You're just very proud of what you have earned, what you have worked towards. Everything's blooming. You're successful. You're grounded, and abundance too comes with family and, you know, knowing thyself. Well, that just popped into my head. Being
Mhm.
content with knowing thyself. Next card I get, how to overcome fears, is the Knight of Swords. Cut through them. Just be like, okay, you know, don't mince words with yourself. Don't mince words, and not just words, but emotions as well. I know this isn't a cup card, but the knight, you know, he with that swords, you know, he's got that mischievous smile on him. He likes to go in, cut things through, very head on, very like, let's do this. You know, you've thought it through. Sometimes they don't think necessarily things through, but they go in, but go in with that wild abandon. Trust in that. Don't overthink. Don't second guess yourself. And the last two cards, how to achieve your wishes and wants, and the solution to ease your insecurities. Release judgment. Let release judgment on who, you know, past, present. Release judgment on fear of future, of what you feel you do or do not deserve. And look at that beautiful last card, the the Ace of Pentacles. She's opening her hands, and that beautiful abundance is just flowing in. That energy is coming in. Keep working with it. Sit in that self reflection. Feel it, see it, experience. This is what Yvonne and I were talking about, yesterday. Sometimes instead of faking it, have faith in it instead of fake, and
Yes.
just know and feel that this is coming in. If this is already here and you're afraid you may lose it, try not to put that energy out there. Sit in those feelings, figure out where those are coming from, address them however best works for you. And that's what I have for you, my dear. Beautiful. And let's see. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much. You're spot on. I needed that. That was for you. And let's see. Does
Wonderful.
she? Yes. Oh, okay. Yes. I'm done with my old career. I'm not going back. It doesn't fulfill me. All
No,
righty.
exactly.
And you
Exactly.
have everything you need. You are that King of Pentacles. That is you on your throne. And it's not prideful. It's not
Yeah.
egotistical in that way. It's like, I have earned this. This is my achievement. I am the
Yes.
scholar. I am the you know, I have learned, you know, kind of like I
Yeah.
am, you know, the master Jedi, you know, kind of
Yeah.
like in a way. But you've earned that success, that experience, that wisdom. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly. Yeah.
wrong with
I've
that.
earned this seat. Nobody gave it to me. I earned it. I worked my way up to this.
Yep. And Sonya says, "You go, girl."
Absolutely. Yeah. That too.
Couple little snaps in there. I can't do the living color where they go, ooh, two snaps in a
No. No.
circle. You know, I wouldn't do it justice.
No.
And Carrie says, both rings, beautiful rings from you both. Thank you so much. We appreciate you too, Carrie. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Nancy, just from Walmart, crazy. I bet it's Friday. I don't like going to places like that on Fridays or the weekends. Hello, my dear.
No.
And I'm just going to put a little plug in. Nancy's going to be doing a show within a week. Nancy bought some artwork from me, Marina.
Nice.
Yes, so
Oh,
thank you,
Nancy, if you
Nancy.
haven't received it yet, you're going to love it.
Oh, she's gotten them and she loves them. So
Oh,
I have
perfect.
another fellow reader with some of my work. So thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Marina. Thank you, Val. You know, you ladies
Yes.
are precious. I don't know where I would be without you both, with all
Oh,
of ya.
Olive.
So
Olival.
there we go. So Kaylee is up next. And ooh, what deck am I going to use for Kaylee?
Yeah.
I think we'll use the same one.
Okay. Kaylee. It's knowing now that you're launching your channel and you're going to be doing your thing. I think that this it kind of answers the question, but it's more of something else. Okay. This is kind of a heads up. Okay. You start off with I get the Queen of Cups. You're very connected. You're very loving. You're able to look after a lot of people and do a lot of really good things. Okay, you've had to put in some effort and some work to get to where you are. Okay. I also get the Six of Wands. This is kind of knowing what you need to leave behind and leaving it behind. If this is a venture that you are doing on your own, that is fabulous. If it is a venture that you are doing with someone else, another female, I would say make sure that you have every eventuality written down so that you know what you're going to do in case of A, B, C, D. Even though everything might look like it's fantastic now is the time to decide what you're going to do if things fall apart. Don't wait until something happens before you have the conversation about, well, my understanding of this was, and having them say, well, no, my understanding was something different. Because I do what I'm seeing here in the rest of the cards, and as a reader yourself, let me okay. Next thing that I got out was the Ten of Swords, followed by the Five of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Queen of Coins, and the Seven of Swords. So this, I know this really isn't that much about self-reflection, although it kind of, maybe it is. Take a look at where you want to be going forward and how you want to set up your channel so that what you are doing is what you want to do, not what someone else wants you to do. And someone else can come in with a couple good ideas, that's great, but don't let them take over. Don't let them use your gifts and your abilities to raise themselves. So just caution. Okay, I think that good. Yeah, and I think you know who this person is. I have a funny feeling that you already know who this person is. And yeah, you're going to do fine on your own. Don't let anyone else in on it because they're going to steal your ideas. Okay, that's it. That's what I got.
All righty, thank you. Oof. So Kaylee, you're not looking at something. Something's being something new, and you're not looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
The self-reflection is like, nope, 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 not going to look at it. But there's something here in the past and recent past, or I'm going to tap into a little bit then maybe with what Marina was saying, something to go with your channel, because I know this is a big thing to you, and I know your practices, your healing, and your studies are very important to you. And so this could very well represent, well, maybe this is how other people have done this, or maybe you're being told this is how other people have done this, and you're kind of like frustrated, and you're just so frustrated on not being able to figure out how do I do things, that there's something right behind you coming up to you. So be sure to have your, when you're sitting in that reflection, and the cups too, water. So when you're sitting in those emotions where you're just like, oh, nope, I don't want to see, I can't, just kind of take a deep breath, relax, because us empaths, we feel a lot, and sometimes it's like another cup, oh no, I can't take another cup. But no, make sure that you have all your options around you. Your fears around this moving forward, whether this is your channel or something else personal with your spiritual studies. I did get the 5 of Swords. So, yes, do not let people bully you and tell you that this is the way you have to think, this is the way you have to read, this is the way you have to feel, whatever is this. If it's your channel, I'm feeling like this is your channel and possibly somebody within your inner circle that you really trust, that influences you. You just might want to keep, you know, we respect you, say yes, I understand, but you got to make sure that you stay true to yourself. And 5, how to overcome your fears. Girl, you're on your own chariot, you are in control of your own destiny. You take those reins, you move forward on those. For number 2, let's see, or 3, excuse me, your wishes and wants around it. I got the 2 of Cups, and this is something where you want it to be. It doesn't necessarily have to be an intimate relationship, even though this is what the card represents, but this could be very well you self reflecting with your own self, you having that self care, that self compassion, that self love. This is something that's very emotionally intimate. And I know this is what you're very connected to. So, this is your wishes. You want this to be successful. You want people to love you. You want to feel good about yourself. Keep working on that. That is beautiful. Number 6, how to achieve this. It's going to take a while. Might be a little bit might be a little burdensome. She's got you got a lot in your lot on your plate in your bag. So moving forward, maybe a little bit at a time, baby steps. Sit there, reflect, get out your journal or paper or an erase board, whatever it is, and start just kind of writing down the baby steps. Couple of things at a time, because you don't want to become so. And I know that there's so much in you that we've talked about before privately that you want to do. And sometimes that can feel like a burden. So just go, take the baby steps, keep moving forward, and you'll be able to have that emotional fulfillment with that. Your insecurities, Queen of Swords. Insecurities. I don't know if this is somebody that you don't want to let down, who is a very intellectual woman, very well articulate, very well versed. Or this could be you afraid of becoming this or taking this position of being very articulate, because you are a writer as well. You know how to write, you know how to think things through. Again, the studies, I know that's usually with pentacles, but with the swords, to do the studies, you have to have the clarity, the mind, the wherewithal for that. So, whether this is somebody that you have put on a throne, that this is this queen that you don't want to let down, and this could very well be you not wanting to let yourself down. Do not hold that back. The one that goes with that is number 7. I got the Knight again of Swords, and again,
Mm.
I'm thinking about this. Likes to debate is one of these. He loves to debate. He loves to be very blunt, very outspoken. So moving forward, I know this. Now, for me, this does not feel like you, because you are very. When I say this doesn't feel like you, is that you're not blunt. You tend to be very considerate, and you consider what people are thinking and what they're feeling. So I don't know if this might be someone who kind of came in, might have said something, was trying to be maybe smart. I don't know where this is coming from, but somebody being smart, or kind of maybe saying something and not maybe necessarily meaning what they said, but you caught on to something. Someone
Yep.
kind of didn't have any filter in the situation. I asked for a clarifier for this for you, and I got the Strength card. Girl, stand in your strength, stand in your power. There's the cat again.
Yeah.
You have what you need within you. That's the solution to easier securities, is knowing that you have the strength, and the love. And she works with animals too. So you have that beautiful love of animals. You're in contact with them let them be your guide. Let them be the ones that get your love, your attention, yourself as well. And just one really quick more card, girl. I was told to look at the bottom of the deck. So I think there might be somebody kind of maybe within your circle now or on the periphery or something. But whatever it is, I got the devil card. Don't let them get into your head.
Yeah.
Don't let them maybe say something or let something from your past get into your head. Break those bonds, break those chains, move forward, and do your channel with you. It's like, oh, maybe you should do it this way. Look at this, will get you more viewers, or this will get you more money, whatever. Just be yourself, Kaylee. That's all that you need to be. That's all we expect of you, nothing less.
See you later, Sherry. Thanks for
Bye,
stopping by.
Sherry. Thanks for popping in.
And
Let
yes, yeah, Kaylee, you can listen to all kinds of advice. And for me, the perfect response for anyone who wants to give advice is, wow, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of that. Thank you. And then just leave it. And you do you. Yeah.
Okay, and she says she gets a lot of the chariot. Yeah. And hello, Saskia. Thank you for
Yeah.
jumping in, my dear. It's nice to see you. I think it's shadow self. That could be it. But this is where self-reflection is perfect. This is where,
Yeah.
and we don't beat ourselves up for it. This is where
No.
we sit and we honor, we recognize our emotions. I tend to have an inner battle between those two sword cards. Well, don't let outside influences too. Just be awares that, because sometimes somebody might slip and accidentally say something they didn't mean that might trigger that thought, or sometimes it maybe might have been intentional. So just be aware. That's why I say in self-reflection and being able to process, where are these thoughts and feelings coming from? Are they my own or somebody else's?
Yeah.
And yep, you got this. Exactly. So up next is Ron. I've never gotten to read for Ron before. This is going to
Well,
be
lovely.
awesome.
Excellent. And yeah, Ron had mentioned that he was taking his niece and nephew to
Oh, okay.
the slab factory, I think. Anyway, so he may not be here for his reading,
Okay.
but he said he would definitely tune in later. And yeah,
Okay,
he
Ron, not a
definitely will.
problem. Thank you for letting us know, because a lot of times people don't even let us know they leave. And it's just
Yeah.
like, this
Oh,
could have
he's
been an
still there.
opening for
Yay.
somebody. Oh,
Perfect.
Ron's still here. Yay.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Um, this it's funny. This self-reflection is I start off with the sun. So everything is going to work out just fine. This is the ultimate yes card. So this is your current situation is you are on the right path. You're doing what you need to do. Your fears around it, oddly enough, is that it's going to be successful. So this is where I think maybe some of that your propensity for self-sabotage is like you're setting the table, right? You've been down this road before. And so you're thinking, yeah, okay, it all looks really, really good and rosy now, but I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Don't do that. Stop yourself. This is how you go forward with this, Ron, is a decision that you're making. So your wishes and what you want is to be able to make the right decision. The right decision is going to be made because you are and your kind of insecurities around it are the three of coins, the things that you have told yourself that you have agreed um, sort of in your subconscious that this is all I'm worth, this is all I can have, this is all that I can expect. These are all limiting things. So um, the way to get out of that is to realize that this I get the Lover's card. Um, this is knowing that There is more out there than just what it is that you're imagining. It may or may not refer to another person. It doesn't necessarily have to, but um, this is about working with others. This is like-minded people. This is caring about those that are around you. So that is how do you overcome your fears? Well, you rely on other people, right? You ask for help when you need help. You review your what it is that you want to achieve, which is to be able to look back at what you have done and kind of see the things that you have wanted to come to fruition. And absolutely, that can absolutely happen. And how do you ease those your insecurities? Okay, the Page of Swords. You you start off by deciding where it is you're going to put your energy, what it is that you're going to um, fight, and what battles you're going to take up and what battles you're going to walk away from. And know that walking away from something doesn't mean that it's a loss or it's a bad thing, right? Sometimes we just walk away from things because they no longer serve us.
Yep.
We say, okay, I'm out of here. Bye. See ya. So yeah, do not self-sabotage yourself. That's what I'm getting.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Marina.
You're welcome.
So I pulled from two decks, but only two from one of them because I wasn't even going to do the other tarot deck. But yes, Marina was talking about self sabotage. The devil came out again. And I also had the Empress. So, and the Empress doesn't have to necessarily be with a woman. This is about being well grounded, nurturing, and not being afraid of expressing or embracing that divine feminine energy. For the deck that they wanted me to use, there was a couple male cards in there, but they were all feminine. So I really think, Ron, we're dealing with maybe your feminine side, and because a lot of men are raised in our society. This has been going on for way too many years, thousands of years now, where men are told to suppress that inner feminine, that nurturing, that compassionate, the emotional, and not letting things like that show. But this reading here, I feel like this is really you tapping into and with self reflection again. Watery, intuitive, looking in a mirror that's still like a scrying in a way. That's, that's reflection, that's connecting with our the essence of who we are, our intuition, and being able to balance and bring that together. So for me, the first card, your current situation, or sorry about that. So if
That's all
your
right.
current situation or feeling, I got mindfulness. And this deck here is by Cheryl Richardson. I got this quite a few years ago. 2005 this came out. Um, but Cheryl had put out a deck, and she used multiple different artists for it. And it says here, manage your mind. When we direct our thoughts and words toward the outcome we most desire, we ignite grace. So this is all about really getting in and doing a lot of self reflection, Ron. Being mindful of, again, our thoughts, our words towards ourselves, and if they're coming from somewhere else, like with Kaylee, on how to discern that and to let go of them. And I love that. We most desire, we ignite grace. That's beautiful. So, your fears around it and how to overcome those fears. I have affection. So, for me, the fear is that you won't have the affection. You won't be loved. You won't be, or that you are afraid of showing yourself this love and affection and this compassion and kindness. It says here, love yourself. Here we go. You are the ultimate act of creation, fashioned by the hands of a divine artist. Whatever your spiritual practices are, you are worthy of love. You are worthy of loving yourself. You are enough. And this card says right out there, self love, and how to overcome the fear of maybe not getting enough love from others and yourself. I have honor. Honor yourself, honor your emotions, honor your life thus far. Love your so. Oops, sorry. Care for your soul. Honor the divinity within you by practicing extreme self care. So again, honoring that emotion, those feelings within yourself. Um, Number three, your wishes and wants around it is quiet. You are someone that likes the quiet. You need the quiet for self reflection. Turn off the noise. Silence nourishes the body, mind, and spirit. And this is a lot too. Great for collective reading for a lot of people. Getting out of the phones for a while, getting out of the TV, detaching from technology, and just sit being alone in nature with their animals and with their thoughts. Sometimes that's scary for a lot of people, but needing quiet. And number six, how to achieve your wishes and wants. It's your choice. For every action, there is a reaction. Choose wisely. So you have that choice. You divinely know, internally know what you need to do, what choices you need to make to be able to get into that place of quiet and solitude to connect and reflect. And number four, insecurities, praying. You may feel like sometimes we over pray or we go to and we keep asking the same questions over and over again, hoping to have a different answer. I think one of the fears is that your prayers won't be heard or won't be met. But it says here, I am open and receptive to the power of grace in my life now. I ask to be shown clear examples of how this energy is operating in my life. So however you pray, whether it's to a male god, feminine, if it's just spirit, if it's just energy, whatever your higher power is, just being connected with that, having your faith. And the solution to ease your insecurity is self. It's all within you to take care of that. Pray. The pray card goes with the self. Go within. When we invest more energy in developing our spiritual lives, the outer world begins to take care of itself. So going within, the self-reflection, working on you and letting everything else fall to the wayside. You have to come first in this. And that's my message for you, my friend. Thank you for letting me read for you. Um,
Absolutely.
and hello, Purettes. Good to see you, my dear.
Hello, Peter. How are you?
Alrighty, we are at 4:19. Do you have enough time for one more?
Yep,
Okay. So Sharon, we won't be able to get to you today, my dear. But lots of other shows coming up, and we have
absolutely.
Sonia, and you're
Okay.
probably all set for Sonia. So let me do.
I am.
She is.
I am. And this is uh this is interesting. Okay, Sonia. So your current situation is the 3 of Wands. You are you have set your intention, you have set out your feelers, you have put things out there into the universe, and you're waiting for it to all come back. And you're hopeful in that, yeah, things are going to work out. Ultimately, yes, they do work out. But here's where that self-reflection comes in. You have done everything that you can on your end to, like I said, to manifest, to put out all the good things. And now you're sitting back and going, oh, did I do that right? Is that what I really want? Should I have done that? This is the Eight of Swords. This is your feeling like maybe you should have asked for something else, not trusting yourself that you need to that you have done the right thing. It's a little bit of that self-sabotage too in here, in that, I put it out there, I created it, I put it out there, and then, oh, well, I don't know that that's what I want. Don't second guess yourself, right? I also get the your wishes and your want is temperance. To know you, it's like you want to know for sure. You want absolute confirmation that you are doing exactly what it is that you need to be doing. And you're looking for, like I said before, self-sabotage. You're looking for ways that you think that you have done something wrong with the Ten of Swords. It's like um, very very similar to Ron's reading in that you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. When really all you need to all you need to do is to have faith that you're you are dealing excuse me, you are dealing with someone who is very generous, who is very kind, who is doing all the things that they need to do in order um, to bring abundance, and abundance in all ways. It could be emotional abundance, physical abundance, financial abundance. It's just abundance in all ways. And this is looking for someone um, who almost isn't exactly what you would have conceived. This is where you're kind of thinking that maybe maybe you have asked for the wrong thing, because what you imagined you wanted versus what shows up are kind of different things. Do not question yourself. Do not let the devil get in there. And this is, what do you need to do to achieve your wants and wishes? Let go of the being chained to the devil. Let go of that that voice in your head that said, yeah, but this this looks good, but that's not really what you wanted. This looks good, but it's not this, it's not that. You you have put temperance in place. You are looking at different things. You have set out what it is that you want. There is that good energy that is coming in. Don't let the devil spoil the day for you. Ultimately, I get your solution to ease your insecurities. It all works out. It's the sun. There is no better card in the deck when it comes to confirmation. So you're doing what you need to. And yeah, don't let the devil have his say. Okay, that's what I got.
Beautiful. Thank you. So, Sonia,
Yeah.
girl, let's talk.
Yeah.
Now, I know, Sonia, that you've mentioned that there has been somebody that's come into your life that you would like to have potentially a relationship with, um, a more intimate one, and not just necessarily having to do with the physical intimacy, but just that beautiful connection. You had mentioned it was like almost like past life, I believe, once before, where you felt like you knew this person. And I've done a reading for you, and I know other people have that have brought this gentleman up, and it's been very positive but very slow moving. And the last time I read for you, that's what I was getting as well. And the cards that are here are beautiful, but the words that are really standing out is alignment and relationships. So, card number one, just really quick, can you hear my neighbors outside the window? No. We're good? Okay. Because that particular neighbor is outside right now, Marina. So I just want to make sure nobody heard that. Okay, so Sonia, the return. It says here a new story, something new starting. It also says it's coming together. It's something that you have to decide. But the one word that really jumped out at me was alignment. Look how beautiful that is. That's the rose blossoming. You are in the center. You are aligning yourself with this new beautiful energy, and you're also becoming into who you are. No. Oh, you can't hear. Okay. I was like, no, oh
What?
no. So yeah. So your fears around this, the thorn. And of course, this relationship, from what you've shared before, is going to have some boundaries in place because of where this individuals come from. And you also need to create boundaries for yourself as well. So moving forward during the self-reflection, making sure that your boundaries are healthy, they are in place, and that there is clear communication there. The card that goes with that is, let's see, looking at my thing here, how to overcome your fears. So to overcome this, again, pray, go into reflection. This card again, using your intuition, again, through writing, journaling, however it is that you connect with your spiritual self and how you get into that state of self reflection and just really sitting with those emotions and honoring them. I love how they're both facing each other and there's that beautiful honoring of each other. Um, so make sure that you do that for yourself as well, not just for him, but for yourself as well. For the third card, your wishes and wants coming together. You want this to come together. And down here, relationships, bounteous. And so you're bringing this together, but also bring yourselves together. Bringing, when we see our reflection, here we are in our reflection, bringing that together, looking at that beautiful mirror, and being able to recognize our divine within ourselves as well, and our own nurturing and self care that we need. And to pair with that, number 6, how to achieve these wants. Again, self care, replenishment. Sometimes we can't rush things. We can keep showing people again and again. Look at, I'm giving myself of you. You know, I'm giving all this. Make sure that you have to find that balance. I think Marina, you said about temperance, bringing that
Yep.
balance back in, making sure that you are not, you know, rushing in and giving more of yourself, whether it's this particular relationship or others around you. Making sure that you're giving back to yourself, you're replenishing your own well, and yeah, and making sure that when you do give, it's coming from a place of plenty. 4, your insecurities around this. I got the sirens. So you're afraid of your voice. You're afraid of speaking. So this isn't just this personal new relationship coming in. I'm feeling like it too. This a lot is with your all your relationships within your circles. You're afraid of, you're starting to tap in. You're starting to align with your voice. And the last card that pairs with this, the over how to overcome these insecurities. I got this beautiful Rose of Venus, and
Ah,
it says again, alignment, right relationship, and harmony. So that's, yes, this could be you in this potential relationship, but also remember, before we can have a relationship like this with somebody else, we have to have that with ourselves as well. So make sure
yeah,
that when you go into self-reflection, you are showing yourself and giving yourself that same type of love and words and compassion to yourself. That way these kind of relationships will be attracted to you. It will reflect, it'll ripple out like that beautiful blossoming rose right there. So that's what I have for you, my dear.
yeah,
I hope
beautiful.
that helped. So I just keep looking down saying no.
Yeah,
Just like, nope,
but
no. But I know what that was for. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, so precious for you. Yeah, these are been beautiful readings today. Yes, thank you so much, Heather. So much emotions, beautiful.
yeah,
Alrighty. Making sure to replenish. Because if we
yeah,
can't give to ourselves, how do we expect to give to others? Others.
yeah,
Excuse me. So,
yeah,
well, again, sorry, Sharon, we didn't have time, but lots of shows. But there's something too Ron shared with us.
yeah,
Remember to always feel the love, no matter how dark life can get. There's always love out there for you. Trust me, sometimes you need to look, but it's there. Yes, there's always hope. There really
absolutely,
is.
absolutely, always.
And a lot of people know my story, how I talk about my mental health and how I have anxiety and depression stuff. And I've been to pretty few dark places. And it's always like, if anyone's ever needs to talk, I'm not a doctor, but just as a peer, someone who's been there, that's
Yes,
experienced something similar. If they need somebody, you know, to talk to, or might need a number or something in a local area, just give me a holler. I'm here for my chatters, you know. Um,
Absolutely.
readings. Oops, so true, Ron. Yes, and the readings are in sync. Yes, and what's great too, like Marina and Val and everybody else in our community says, when we do these readings, these mini readings, a lot of it's collective because we are all a part of the collective. So our questions are going to ripple out and connect with other people, and they're similar. So
Yes,
the messages all come, you know, it's beautiful. It
it
really
is.
is.
Absolutely. Absolutely, it is. Yeah.
All righty, my dear. Thank you for joining me. It was such a
Thank
pleasure
you for
again to get.
inviting me.
Well, thank you for coming and accepting. And tonight I'll be back at 8 o'clock with Allison and I. We've been really enjoying having like just really interesting conversations. So we'll see
Nice.
what that comes up with tonight. We'll have to catch up later and talk. But Marina, again, you have Gerald this evening with Colleen and Cleo.
Cleo. Yeah, and I think Val is,
Val.
yeah, Val as well. Anyway, it's the Cool Crone Oracle. So if you want the details, just go over to my channel and you'll see it's upcoming. You can take a look. So yeah,
Awesome.
really, really enjoy that very much. Yeah,
And Sonia says, yes, all resonates. Thank you both so much. Everyone have a blessed evening and a beautiful tomorrow. I love that.
absolutely. Yeah,
Most definitely.
totally. Thank you, Sonia. You too.
Yes. And thank you, everybody, again. And we will see you on our next show.